my friends, this is Moltanan speaking, and today I've planned something. Okay, no, I'm not going to say it's something special, even though it is. Since you really enjoyed the last tutorial, which was the hotline session, that I did live and so on, the one that I got After Effects crashed in the middle. Since you enjoyed that very much, I thought that I'll try to do something similar today. Even though this is not a hotline session recording, it's going to be live. I'm not going to edit it, so we'll just see where we're going to end up. And what I think we'll do today is a subject that is as old as the Earth itself, and I mean that. So let's just drag some footage in here and just clear this. What you see here are some very nice textures that I got from the internet somewhere on some website. This is a those are freeware, but I don't really remember when I got them. I would really love to give this guy a credit, the guy who did this, because they are very, very nice textures. You've got like the color map, you've got bump map. Oh, sorry, something is happening outside the window. Okay, so we've got like bump maps, cloud maps, and stuff like that, and they even come in high def. So I just thought that I will, downscale them and include them in this, in the project file for this. Okay, this is enough for the introduction. Let's just start, and yeah, let's try with the map. Oh yeah, and what we're going to do a 3D Earth, but we're going to do a very cool 3D Earth, very advanced 3D Earth that looks, more 3D than the usual CC sphere stuff. So, but actually, how big is this? Okay, so I think that we're going to make this composition a square, a little bit bigger. So yeah, that's right. And yeah, let's just drop this and I'll show you how this is going to work out. First we apply CC sphere, right, and what we'll end up with is this flat looking, even though it's still pretty nice, but it's like flat Earth. And what we like to do is to have like mountain lines, like in here, a little bit extruded, so you can see some irregularities in here. And to do that, we're going to use CC gloss effect, but as you see, when I apply it like that, it just creates some random effects, which is not what we want. So obviously you have to use this bump map, right? But this also isn't as straightforward as applying a JPEG. So let me just show you how we're going to do this. I think it should work. So let's create a new composition. Let's call this bump map. Then just drag this in and apply CC sphere, like so, and we can just leave it like that for now. Maybe just increase the light intensity and move it more to the left, like so, just a little bit. Let's just see how this is going to look. Oh yeah, this is going to do just fine, I think. Okay, so let's reset the rotation and let's leave it as it is. That's it. And now let's create the Earth texture or Earth color, whatever. Earth map, here we go, and apply CC sphere as well. And yeah, we can also move the light to the left, like so, so you have a dark side of the Earth as well, because I've got some cool things I plan to do with the dark side. And yeah, let's just leave it as it is. And a new comp, let's call this Final Earth or Cool 3D Earth. Yeah, this name says it all. And let's just drag both of those in here, like so. And now we can apply CC Glass. And we can just choose the surface to be our bump map. See what happens there. Well, of course, this is we have to play with those settings, and it's going to be like a trial and error. But I think that we can decrease the softness. Sorry for the noise from the outside. I'm smoking, which you shouldn't do. So I have to keep my windows open so I don't suffocate. Okay, so softness down. Oh yeah, and displacement down for sure, like 20. Well, that actually looks good. 30. Yeah, something like that. But we have an obvious problem. We're going to have an obvious problem since we cannot move the Earth. We cannot rotate it. We have to go inside here, and if we rotate it in here, then the bump map is not going to follow in the final composition. See? So we are going to fix that in a second. Okay, so we've got this already set up and it's looking pretty well. Maybe we can change something with the shading. Let's just turn the ambient down so we don't have that shyness, and specular of course down, like so. And what? But we have to lighten it up just a little bit, maybe like 15. And metal, I don't think it's going to change much. Yeah, we can leave it at 0. Okay, so that's it. Let's just leave it as it is at this moment. And yeah, I think we can now create some kind of a controller. It's going to be our 3D controller. And what we're going to have in here, let me just think for a second. Well, for sure we're going to have the angle controller, which is going to be our Earth offset, so we can set the rotation. So let's call this rotation offset, like so. We're going to have a slider for rotation speed, because I think that we can set the rotation speed to be like maybe 60 degrees per second, and then the Earth is going to rotate at that speed. That's cool. So rotation speed. What else? Oh yeah, the radius, of course. Earth radius. Oh, sorry. Slider again. Earth radius, and we should have something to control the clouds. So let's just take the clouds speed and clouds offset as well. And what I plan to do with the clouds offset is that we are going to have clouds above the Earth, and I think that it's going to cast a shadow on top of the Earth. That this should look pretty well, but I'm not sure exactly how to do it right now. Well, I have some ideas, but I don't know if it will work. So okay, let's go back to you know what, I think that we can just drag this here because we're going to use those compositions. Okay, so let's take the rotation offset and rotation speed and go to CC sphere, rotation, and Y rotation. Let's just turn this off and click on the Y rotation, and now what? My rotation offset equals, and now I need a pick whip. Great. Okay, my rotation offset. Come on, stop it. My rotation offset equals rotation offset this. My rotation speed equals this. And I'm also going to use my radius, but it's not going to be used in the Y rotation, but since we're already in here, so I just think we can do it like that. Where's that expression? Okay, here it is. So radius. Okay, and we can close this down for now. And yeah, we can just take the radius and just copy it to that position, which is in here. Okay. Oh yeah, it's at 0, so I think we have to set it up to what, 200 or something. We can already see if it works, by the way. So Earth radius. Well, it doesn't work, but we're not going to worry about that. Why doesn't it work? Oh, radius, I took the rotation. Sorry guys, I'm yeah, it's just me being me, you know. It's once again, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, so yeah. And we have to put this one in here and take this one there. Sorry for the mess. You'll get the file for this, so I guess it's not going to be that much of a problem. Okay, rotation offset, rotation speed, and now it works correctly. Okay. 100, let's just check. Yes, it works. So 200. Okay, and we basically have to take the same expressions and apply them to the bump map. So CC sphere, rotation, Y rotation, paste those two in here, and take the radius and paste it in here. Okay, so first we're going to work on the Earth texture itself, and then we just copy the expressions to the bump map. Oh yeah, CC sphere, that's good. And Earth rotation, let me just close this down. Earth rotation and rotation offset. Okay, so the value of the rotation should be my rotation offset plus my rotation speed multiplied by current time. But I think we're going to divide this rotation speed by some factor, like what, 100. Okay, so let's just see if this works. Okay, it works pretty well. Yeah, that's good. I think we can decrease the specular on this, because as you see we've got some, it doesn't look very nice, very natural, especially in this area. So let's just go here and decrease the specular even more, 10 or even like 7 or something. Okay, so what else? Oh yeah, we're going to take the same expression and paste it in here once again. That's good. And let's see if the rotation speed works. So let's set the rotation offset to 0 and set rotation speed to 100 and just render it out. Oh yeah, it's moving, but it's moving really slowly. Yeah, now it's moving a little bit faster. So I think that in fact we don't really have to divide this. And just see. Oh yeah, that's okay. What, 10? Yeah, this is actually 10 degrees per second, I think. And this looks okay, so we can take the same expression once again and paste it in the bump map in here and see if the bump map follows. Oh yeah, it does. It does. Okay, looking good, looking good. We're getting you know, this one almost done, I think. The next step would be creating these clouds. So let's just do that right now. We can get the clouds map and go like this, and we also got clouds map transparency map in here, which we can use. So let's take the Luma inverted. Yeah, that's right. Very nice clouds. And there's actually a cool trick that I'm using for those kind of effects. Let's create a new adjustment layer, because as you see, those clouds are static, they're not moving. So what we can do to make them move, and it's quite simple. We're going to apply turbulence displace. That's right, turbulence displace, and let's just set the values to be, yeah, the amount is, I think it's okay. Evolution, yeah, this is going to create something like this, and you know, when the Earth is going to rotate, I think it's going to look quite cool, but I think we need to decrease the size. So yeah, that actually looks pretty good, and maybe even less, like 20. Well, maybe a little bit more. We'd have to see how it looks on the Earth itself. Okay, so this is it. And yeah, there's also going to be a problem. Since this is going to be wrapped around the sphere, we're going to get nasty edges. Even though this probably loops pretty well, it's seamless tile, but once we apply the turbulence displace, it's not going to be like that anymore. So we can fix that problem before it occurs, and we can do that with oh, sorry, not the shape layer. We can do it like this and simply set the expansion to a negative value and then feather it out at the same value. So now it's going to occur only inside of this mask, and that's going to be okay, I think. That's good. And of course, now we're going to apply one of my favorite expressions, which is time multiplied by a value, and let's go with 200. Or you know what, if we're going to do it elegant, I think that we can add a new slider in here, cloud speed and clouds evolution, and we'll go with that. So yeah, we have to move this one again in here. Clouds evolution. Okay. So this one times clouds evolution, and that's it. Pretty simple. We just have to set the clouds evolution to a high value like we did before. So what, 200? 200. That's it. and we're not seeing anything yet because we haven't applied it yet. Clouds map, let's just call this clouds, and let's put the clouds in here. This is okay, I think. What will happen if we apply CC sphere? Let me just think. Yeah, this is how it looks. Okay, blah blah blah. But then again, I don't think this is exactly what we want. First of all, we only need the outside. That's right. Oh, and by the way, we can set it to render only the outside on every part of the composition of every element, because it will just render, you know, like half time faster, you know, twice as fast, I think. Okay, so that's good, but that's not all. Let me just think for a second. Yeah, but we can see how the clouds move. See, they're not rotating with the Earth so far, but they will. So this looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. I just ran out of cigarettes. That's awful. Last one. Okay, but I don't think we're going to keep this in this comp, even though maybe we should. If we're going to keep it in here, are we going to be able to cast shadows the way I would like it to be? Okay, now let's just leave it in here for now. Maybe it'll work, maybe not. So we have to set the rotation of the Earth to be rotation of this Earth. So now let's take this one to the side. You know what? Now I know that I should have tried this one out before, because I believe that we could maybe organize it a little bit better. Because this already sucks in terms of, you know, solving the problem. Okay, so we've got the same rotation value. That's good, but we also have this cloud speed in here, which I intended to be, you know, clouds should move a little bit faster because we've got winds and stuff like that. So I think that clouds should move a little bit faster. So we are going to use this cloud speed and offset the rotation by that value. So where do we have it? It's like that. And we should add something to this, and we should add time multiplied by cloud speed, but cloud speed should be, let me think, if it's going to be set to 0, it's going to rotate the same way the Earth rotates. If it's going to be set to negative, what the Earth speed is, it should stay in the same place. So yeah, that just time multiplied by this, and it should just work. Am I right? Now it's going to rotate along with the Earth. If we're going to set it to -10, maybe let's just go to half res, since we're working in 50% anyway. And now it should stay in the same place, and the Earth should move. Yeah, it works. Okay, that's good. So I think we can set it to what, like 5, so it goes a little bit faster than the Earth itself. Let's just see. You know what, let me just turn off that null object. I don't like those squares. It's going to take a while to render. Probably we've got 3 comps with CC sphere, lights, and shading. But yeah, we can already see that the clouds are moving a little bit faster than the Earth. Yeah, this is actually good. But we can set the rotation speed to be higher, like 30. And this one to maybe 15, so half of that. Okay, yeah, that looks good. And we can also decrease the evolution of the clouds, of course, so it's not going as fast. Yeah, this actually looks pretty well. Okay, so now we've got this clouds offset thing, and we're going to go to the Earth comp again, Earth texture. We're going to put it in here. Oh no, sorry. No, we don't need to do that actually. Cloud, CC sphere, radius. So we basically take the Earth radius. So Alt click, pick whip, Earth radius plus clouds offset, and that's it. Haha, very cool, very cool. So now you can see that the clouds are on top of the Earth. There's a little distance between them, and we also can apply drop shadow, just a simple drop shadow to the clouds layer, like so. And let me just see the distance. Okay, and the distance probably should be, just soften this up a little bit and maybe increase the opacity. Distance should be exactly the same as the distance as the clouds offset, I guess. So let's just lock this palette for now and go down in here, drop shadow, distance, and let's take clouds offset value and see how that works. Yeah, works very well. See how this shadow stays in place? Almost stays in place, but since the clouds are higher and higher, then the shadow is also moving just a little bit. But you don't want to exaggerate this value. I think that around 10 or something like that is just right. Okay, sorry. And what else? We're almost done, I think. And there's one more thing that I want to do, a very, very cool thing. And what this is we've got this night map, which is basically a lights overlaid over the map. And we're going to use those lights on the dark side of the Earth. Dark side of the Earth. Okay, that was stupid. And let's just create a new comp, and we can just tweak this up a little bit. So what? Levels. And let's just move it like that. And like that. Okay, that's much better. Maybe we can just soften this up a little bit by using some blur or something like that. Blur, fast blur, just a little bit, like 1. Oh, that's too much. 0.5. That's better. And let's call this lights. And let's go back to our cool 3D Earth, and we want to overlay it on top of the Earth texture. And of course, again, we're going to apply CC sphere, like so. Let me just turn off the clouds layer, and It doesn't look very promising, but I guess we can, yeah, we can just increase the light height or and intensity as well. And maybe we should just no, it doesn't change anything. Let me think for a second here. No, actually light height should be set to something smaller and intensity higher, and that way it looks almost the way it should. Okay, so let's set the ambient higher, and diffuse smaller, specular doesn't change much, so let's drop it down. Roughness, drop it down. Metal, drop it down. And yeah, maybe something like that. And yeah, we also have to set the radius and stuff like that, so let's just go here, lights, and do the same thing. So radius to be our Earth radius, and rotation should be this Earth rotation, and I think we have it somewhere in here. Where did we use it? Remind me, guys. Here, I think. This Earth radius. No, in the rotation, probably. Yeah, this is it. So let's take this one and copy it in here. And now what we can do is we can change the overlay mode to maybe add, but it doesn't work well. So let me just think for a second here. Let's turn this off and go back to the lights. What can we do with this? Yeah. Let's just turn this off for a second and turn the blur off as well. What can we do? I can swear that there was this parameter for lightening it better. Normal. Okay, I guess we just have to try this out. Okay, shading. Let's just set the ambient to 0, diffuse to 100. That's much better. And now I can actually set it to higher value. That was good idea. Like so. Yeah, but we definitely need to get rid of those blues and everything. So we basically just want to leave those highlights. So maybe we should just try, I don't know, curves and levels. We'll just try to do them both. Levels. Pump up the highlights and just drop it down like that. Yeah, that's better, I think. Okay, let's just try that. With the add. Okay, looks a little bit better, I think. Okay, and what we can do as well in here, we can add some glow. Lights. And let's just solo this layer for now. That's good. And I think that we can also make them flicker just a bit. So to make them flicker, we should either change the glow intensity or the glow threshold. So you know what, let's just try with the glow intensity. So wiggle what, like 25 times per second with the range of 3. I'm just guessing. Let's see how that looks. Oh no, that's way too much. That's not good. So I think we can better do it with the threshold, because then it wouldn't be so regular, you know. Just some points will be in the range of threshold and some will not, and this will probably create a better glowing effect. Yeah, that's it. I hope you can see this. It has this nice flickering effect at some points, and at some points it doesn't. So this is exactly what I was looking for. Maybe increase the range to 5 and increase the glow intensity to 1.5 and see how that works. Okay, yeah, if you don't like it, you can always change those values. Let's just stick with this. Don't waste any more of your time, because I guess I already wasted like what, 30 minutes or something like that. Sorry for that, guys. And okay, clouds on top of this, and yeah, I think we can decrease the opacity of the clouds like so, and that's good, that's good. And what else? We can add a nice glow on the Earth itself, based on what, the alpha channel, and set it to on top, and just glow radius a bit bigger, and the color to be, you know, like bluish. You know, just set it whatever you like this. And yeah, the last step is to, I believe I have somewhere a very nice star map. So let's just create a final composition that will be what, 600 by 300 maybe. And let's put our cool 3D Earth in here like so. You can make it a 3D layer as well. And let me just look for this star field map. I know I have it somewhere. Just a second. Almost there, almost there. Yes, I got it. So let's just put that in. Very nice. By the way, if you wanna, you know, move this to a full 3D, then you can use my tutorial that I did on Creative Cow. That is called creating a skybox or something like that. And what, we can just apply some basic color tools, which is a compilation of hue and saturation and curves basically, so nothing fancy about this. And what, colorize and move the hue towards the blue, a little bit more blue, and something like that. Maybe increase the saturation just a little bit, and we can also scale this layer up. Scale. Okay. So okay, guys, I guess that's it. And see how cool things we can do when we've got, you know, like nice textures and everything. We've got these mountain lights made of the bump map. We've got, you know, city lights and everything, a cloud map, you know, just put it nicely together. And this, you know, have been done like over and over again, you know, to creating a 3D Earth with CC sphere, or, you know, any kind of a planet. But I never saw anyone do something like this, so I thought it was a good idea to share. And you know what? When I look at this, it kind of makes me think. You know, ask the big questions. Where, are we from? Where are we going? What's the meaning of the universe and the life itself? And funny thing is, I actually found an answer to that in Google. So you can just try it out and Google yourself. Many interesting things you can find there. So okay, thanks for watching. This is Multenant for multenant.com. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment, check out the blog section, which is new, and looking forward for your comments, and hope you'll visit me again sometime. See you next time. Cheers.